When you're feeling dissatisfied with your current job, but you're not quite sure what you want to do next, you can feel like you're going crazy. One part of you, we'll call it dissatisfied you, says, we can't do this anymore. Then another part of you, we'll call it practical you, says, okay, but then what are we going to do? Dissatisfied you says, I don't know. I just know it can't be this. Practical you fires back, okay, but we have to make money, right? We can't just quit without a plan. Dissatisfied you is like, I know we have to make money, but I just don't want to do this anymore. Practical you is like, okay, and then what about when our friends ask us what we're doing next? What are we supposed to say to them? Dissatisfied you is getting stressed out. They're like, I don't know. Stop putting so much pressure on me. Should we just run away and live on a farm somewhere? Practical you is tearing their hair out. They're like, you are insane. And dissatisfied you is freaking out. They're like, I hate you. And in the meantime, you have to keep doing your day job while this internal war is raging inside of you. When you spend all day fighting back and forth with yourself like this, you don't make any progress on the problem. And you end the day feeling terrible about yourself. It's a lose-lose situation, and it keeps you 100% stuck. Luckily, there is a simple, easy way that you can cut the Gordian knot and stop the war within yourself. Gather more data. Because the sneaky little assumption that is causing this internal battle is I need to know what I'm doing next before I can start doing it. And when you flip that assumption on its head, everything changes. Because what if it's actually, I need to start doing it in order to figure out what I'm doing next? I know it's a little bit of a mind bender, but when I say start doing it, I don't mean quit your job and move to a farm. I mean doing small, bounded experiments that let you test out various career paths without fully committing to them. So in this series, we've been covering 5 quick and easy career experiments that you can do this week to gather more data, gain more clarity, and help the warring factions within you put their weapons down and rally around a common goal. In the introduction to the series, I told you to pick one idea to test. And then last week, we covered 3 different experiments. Experiment number 1, listen to podcasts where people talk shop about that industry. Experiment number 2, do coffee chats with people in the industry and get facts, not feelings. And experiment number 3, do the job interview project. All of those articles are linked above. Today, we're going to talk about experiment number 4, make a ghost proposal. Here's what I mean. Let's say you want to be a freelance marketing consultant for small businesses. Here's what you should do. Have a casual chat with one of your friends who works at a startup or at a small business. Don't grill them about their job. Just ask, how are things going? How did their product launch go? Are things selling as much as they expected? What are they worried about? How are they thinking about what they want to do next? Just a totally casual conversation where you're learning a bit more about their business. And then I want you to go home and make a ghost proposal. If you were to be their freelance marketing consultant, what's the project proposal that you would draw up for them? And here's the best part. You never have to show your friend this proposal. The goal here is not for you to sell your friend on working with you. The goal is for you to get some practice, learning about someone's problem, thinking about how you might help them solve it, and structuring a proposal for how you could help them. And you can do all of that in an incredibly low stakes, zero risk way. Write the proposal and stick it in a drawer. Nobody needs to see it but you. But by the time you finish the proposal, you've gotten to test out the real work that you would actually have to do if you were a freelance marketing consultant. And once the proposal is done, you can think about, what did I like about that? What did I not like about that? Am I excited to keep going down this path? Or have I realized that maybe this isn't the job for me? Let me give you some more examples. If you're thinking about being a dating coach, listen to your single friends bitch about dating, which happens pretty much anytime a bunch of single people get together. Then go home and write up a ghost proposal for how you would help them with your dating coaching. If you're thinking about being an interior designer, visit one of your friends' apartments just to hang out. Then go home and write up a ghost proposal for how you'd help them redesign their place. If you are thinking about going into partnerships, think about one of the brands or products that you're a big fan of. Write up a proposal for the partnerships that you think they should do and how you would help them land them. The great thing about ghost proposals is that you never have to show them to anyone. There's no pressure, there's no salesy feeling, there's no awkwardness. It's just an honest analysis of how you would use your skill set to help this person. And a chance for you to see, hey, do I even want to do that? Now, once you start doing these career experiments, here's the next problem that you're going to run into. The problem is, how do I interpret the data that I've gathered? And there's two things I want to tell you about this. First off, this is a normal second level problem for you to run into. Sometimes you do an experiment, the data is ultra clear, and you know exactly what you want to do next. And other times, you do an experiment and you're like, what does this mean? I'm kind of even more confused than when I started. Nothing is going wrong when this happens. This is just the scientific method at work. And the second thing I want to tell you about this problem is no matter how confused you feel, this is a better problem to have than your previous problem of I don't know what I want to do next. It is so much better to have a bunch of data and not be sure how to interpret it than to have no data at all and be feeling around in the dark. Confusion is a step up from ignorance. You are making progress, I guarantee it. So how should you interpret the data? I can't give you that kind of custom answer in a video, but I can give you that kind of custom answer if we work together. Doing the experiment is just the starting point. Come talk to me and let's make a plan to get you all the way over the finish line. And let's find the answer that makes both parts of you, dissatisfied you and practical you, link arms in harmony, sing with happiness, and feel totally aligned with the direction that you're heading in. The link to book a free call is above.